everyone, and welcome to the University of Salford School of Arts and Media Journalism Awards. My name's Chris Hall and I work on the sports desk for ITV Granada, and I'm absolutely gutted that we can't all be together tonight at the Salford Museum and Art Gallery, but it is absolutely right that we still recognise all of your hard work. And I can tell you that as a journalist, that need for a pat on the back and that constant yearning for awards never truly leaves you. Not yet. Just saying. Now, these are obviously strange times for everybody, and news organisations are not as important as frontline health services, but the news still needs to be reported on, and we've been doing our best to do that through very challenging circumstances. Over the last 3 months, we've all had to turn our homes into makeshift studios. I managed to make a green screen out of my bedroom blind. I've used my bookcase to host a quiz for one of ITV's chasers.
I just called to say I love you.
Yeah! And for a piece on lockdown exercise, I used my 3-year-old son as a dumbbell. 999,000. So, congratulations to all of the nominees. Remember, if you don't win, get that stiff upper lip ready. And if you do win, the good news is there are no speeches, so you can get as drunk as you like. Just don't bang on about it on social media, or you might find yourself getting blocked by a few people. Seriously though, enjoy the occasion, whatever the result, and enjoy the fact that all of your hard work is getting recognised. I'm told that there were 160 entries for these awards, and you've made it down to the last handful, so well done. There are 12 awards in total. Sadly, there isn't one for the most elaborate and convincing excuse for not getting married, otherwise Paul Duckworth would have had that one nailed on. Now, later this evening, you're going to hear from the likes of Manchester United legend Gary Neville, my colleague, and Granada Reports legend Lucy Meacock, as well as several very talented and experienced news editors who, before the end of the night, you will all be drunkenly tapping up on Twitter asking for a job. First, though, I'll hand over to a University of Salford alumnus, Bradley Harris of BBC Radio Manchester. He has been judging the first year award. But from me, once again, congratulations and good luck.
Hello, my name is Bradley Harris and I'm a reporter at BBC Radio Manchester. Now, I don't normally sit in this chair, FYI. I'm kind of just mainly here because of the lighting. Just looks really good, you know. But I'm normally back there in the newsroom. And that's because as a reporter, I'm normally writing scripts for our news bulletins. I'm normally going outside, but obviously I can't do that at the minute, but normally I'd be out there talking to members of the public and setting up loads of different stories across Greater Manchester for this very station that I'm sat in. Now look, enough about me. I want to talk about you guys because I genuinely have had a fantastic time reading, listening, watching all of your work. It's been really tough. Everybody says that, you know, it's really tough to decide the winner, but I have got there. So let's kick it off then with the first runner-up in the first year student award at the Journalism Awards 2020. Here we go. By the way, I don't have an envelope. Okay, this is the BBC. Budgets are tight. So the first one goes to Oliver Yude. I would open an envelope, but I don't have one. So Oliver Yude, you are the runner-up here in this first year award because you did a piece that was about trains, which I love straight away, because when I was in first year, by the way, at Salford Uni, I did a piece about trains. I did a piece about the Flying Scotsman. Okay, your piece was about a Pacer train with Northern Rail, a little bit different to the Flying Scotsman, but your use of camera work was brilliant. Your shots are really creative. You wrote a clear script that was recorded brilliantly, really good quality. And the nature of your story just kind of flowed really nicely. I loved it. So the only reason why it didn't win was mainly because I just felt like it needed an interview with somebody from Transport for Greater Manchester or somebody from Northern Rail, you know, that kind of thing. But apart from that, it was a really brilliant watch. Okay, moving on then to the second runner-up. Okay, here we go. Again, virtual envelope. It is Nicole Tompkins. You are the second runner-up in the first year student award. The reason being was because I just loved your writing. So you did a piece about VE Day and this woman called Victoria Harris who went around social media trying to rally up people to make a short film commemorating VE Day. Now, you went into some really great depth about the story, but also, again, made the story flow really nicely. You know, you weaved the words in and out of sentences. It was a really easy read, and that's hard to do. So I think in that respect, it's very worthy of a runner-up. So congratulations on that front. Now, okay, here we go. It's the final, the winner of the first year student award at the Journalism Awards 2020. Okay, here we go. Virtual envelope, and the winner is... It's Lucy Jane Fieldhouse. Yes, that's right. You have won the award because I think it's the only entry that actually influenced me to go and do something. So you did a blog post about the things that you can get up to during the coronavirus lockdown, how to keep yourself from going insane, which I almost did. And then I read your blog post and it saved me. Basically, it was really, really well written, like all of your work has been, actually. Again, it flowed nicely. The layout was really well done, so you kind of had some different headlines throughout the piece of the different things you could do during lockdown. And your blog was easy on the eye as well, so it was just a nice, really easy thing to read. And in it, you talked about how you can take up yoga, you can take up painting, start baking, all of which I am now doing, by the way, because of your work. So really well done. It's a brilliant piece of work, like all of yours, but it just topped it there because it actually made me want to go away and do something afterwards. So well done to you, Lucy, and to all of you for the work that you submitted. Congratulations. It's really, really well deserved. And best of luck for the future. I know right now times can seem a little bit confusing and a little bit unexpected, and you don't know what's going to, come around the corner next. But use this time to build connections with people. Use it and nurture it, and hopefully something good will come from it. So best of luck with your future years at Salford, and congratulations.
My name is Rose Brooke, and I'm really privileged to be announcing the winner of the PR award for the Salford Media Awards. I'm really sorry we can't all be together, and I don't get to meet you and talk to you about your campaigns and what your career aspirations are. A bit about me. I got my postgraduate degree in journalism and my NCTJ qualification from Salford in 2009. I believe I was one of Paul Broster's first students. Since then, I've worked in local and regional news, content marketing, B2B publishing, and I now work in digital comms and content. So I've worked both sides of the PR fence. I'm an affiliate member of the Chartered Institute of Marketing, and I have my professional qualification from the Chartered Institute for Public Relations as well. So all these years' entries were really creative. I really enjoyed reading and watching and understanding all of them. They all showed a sound understanding of PR's place in the wider sense. So we aren't about paid advertising equivalents or sales. We're about creating a favourable environment for our client to do their best work. So it's an art, but with good research and understanding of the practice, you can be scientific about it. And all of the entries demonstrated an understanding of PR theory in practice. So it was really difficult to select just one winner. So I'll start by introducing the runners-up. So my first runner-up demonstrated really good planning of a very complex multimedia campaign which used both traditional and digital public relations techniques. It demonstrated really great audience analysis, use of all the tools at your disposal, and good use of any budget that you're allocated, all making a really creative campaign. So the first runner-up goes to PR Team Voice, Caroline Onieka, James Sumner, Olivia Garland, and Rachel Kirby for Forever Manchester's 30th birthday campaign. And I really hope once lockdown's lifted that this campaign can happen, even if it's the 31st birthday. So the second runner-up really impressed me because of all the planning that went into it. Good PR is about strategy and planning, and implementation is only a small part of that whole process. So this campaign showed really great research, really great stakeholder analysis, client relationship management, as well as great technical and management skills. So there's also evidence of a real learning curve too, which really impressed me. So well done, James Sumner, for all your work with the musician Cuba. Which brings me to the winner. So the winner really stood out for me because it shows that great PR doesn't necessarily need a vast budget or a huge amount of pre-existing influence to make a massive impact. So PR, like I said, is an art, but there's a little bit of theory and planning that can help you master the social science of it. And this campaign really did that successfully. So I'm really happy to reveal that Carrie Morris is this year's winner for her NHS Sheep fundraiser with Brecon Rugby Club. The campaign was for a really great cause, and at a time of national crisis is still really demonstrated a great understanding of PR ethics by walking that tightrope between public donations and there being a business at the back of this campaign. So it showed really strong local appeal that just blossomed into a national story that's so ideal for and finally content that we love in our British broadcast journalism. So spot on understanding of how to maximise a PR opportunity there, Carrie, and a really good use of strategic communications and really good technical skill as well. So congratulations. And well done to all of the entries and to all of the Salford Media Awards winners and runners-up. Our world is a small one, so I hope that we get to work together soon. I'll look out for you. Until then, take care and congratulations.
Hello everyone, this is Liam Thorpe at the Liverpool Echo, working from my home office, as I'm sure many other people are. Hope everyone is keeping safe, and I've really enjoyed going through the second year award entries for the Salford Journalism Prize. As an alumni of the excellent journalism school at Salford, I know just how important the course is, how important it is to get out there, get your work experience done, do well on the course itself, and really experiment with the different types of journalism that are on offer there. It certainly served me well. Learned loads of important skills while I was at Salford that have really helped me to get on with my career. So it's great to see that really high level quality journalism in all the entries, whether it was written, broadcast, TV, radio, all that sort of stuff. I was really impressed with the quality and the standard of the journalism on display. So well done to everyone. Obviously, I've had to narrow it down to 3, but it was really, really difficult because there were so many good entries, and any of them could have really been in the top 3. What I've looked for is just the ones that stood out a little bit to me in terms of both the piece of work that was submitted, but also the supporting comments about how well you guys have been doing on the course. So, without further ado, I will announce my 2 runners-up for the second year student award. And the first runner-up is David Poucher. I was really impressed with the Adelphi Lads Club package. I thought it was something that I would expect to see on television. It was really good quality, good interviews, good shooting, and it's great to hear about the other work you've been doing, work experience at ITN with Mary Nightingale. I really found that getting work experience whilst on the course was invaluable to me. So well done, David. And my second runner-up is Ellie Louise MacDonald. I was really impressed with the isolation diaries during coronavirus. It's just a really powerful way of bringing home what it's like to be in that difficult situation and using your own personal experience to really connect with listeners via that audio package. Thought that was really good. So well done, Ellie. And in first place, the prize this year is going to Mikey Partington. I just thought overall the combination of a really, really well-written and engaging piece with Danny Simpson, the footballer, which was first rate. I would totally expect to read that in professional publications, combined with what you've clearly been doing on the course, which is top level work, so over 70% in all your grades, which is really important. It's vital to sort of knuckle down while you're at university and you're learning all those skills, and great work experience as well. It feels like you've applied yourself across the board. So yeah, my winner for the second year student award is Mikey Partington. Very well done. Keep going, everyone. You're all doing great work. You're clearly on a good path to future careers. Listen to your tutors. That's what I always did. And well done, everyone.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark Waugh. I'm a press photographer in Manchester, and thank you for having me judge your competition this evening. So here goes. In third place, I picked Jack, who did the reindeer tree lantern. I really liked the basic concept of the picture. Did feel that a little bit of extra work, a little bit more creativity could have got him into number one quite easily, but well done, Jack. In second place, and I did struggle between second and first place. It goes to Lars, who did a set of pictures around the Salford football team. Really liked the tea lady picture. I felt if the rest of the set had been as strong as the tea lady picture, that'd have been easy number one again. So that brings us to who did get to number one, and that's Lucy, who did the silent disco. And I just really liked the set of pictures. Very hard subject to photograph. Obviously, in a picture, you can't hear the music, so who knows whether it's silent or not. But just thought, she really got stuck into it as a project, and ended up with a nice set of pictures. So well done to everyone, and well done to Lucy. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I'm Lisa Rowland. I used to be the news editor at the Manchester Evening News, and over the last year have done work at the University of Salford with the first and the second years, and also MA students. Now, I know it sounds corny, but it's true. I found it extremely difficult to choose the top three for the third year student awards. The quality was really impressive, and it was a tough call. But so to the two runners-up. The first one is Anna Mason. Now, Anna's entry on the mum whose son killed himself was extremely strong. It really got the poor woman's message across, and it must have been very challenging for Anna to win her confidence and get her to talk so openly about such a horrendous experience. The second runner-up is Joseph Rindle. Now, his package recreating his grandfather's escape to Britain from the Nazis as a little boy on the Kindertransport was gripping, powerful and very moving. It was very well written and researched and presented clearly and professionally with just the right balance. I actually think that this should be sent to schools as a teaching aid, as it's so accessible. So very well done, Joseph, and Herbert would have been very proud of you. And so to the winner. And it was such a close thing. But this student has certainly shown his versatility and commitment. He put the University of Salford on the map by winning Keys TV the honour of hosting the National Students' Television Awards. And the various examples of his work submitted for the entry show his enthusiasm and professionalism, together with a skill and TV presence which belie his age. He has a great future. And so the best third year student goes to Joe Wilmot. Now, the graduates of the infamous 2020 will have more than their fair share of obstacles to face, but you are truly a very talented bunch who I'm sure will come out fighting, and I wish you all the luck in the future.
Hello everyone, I hope you're all safe and well at home. and in the mood for a celebration. It isn't quite the party that we'd all wanted, but I hope you're enjoying this chance to quite rightly celebrate all of your hard work. I'm in the Granada Report studio, which is just a floor above your normal home at Media City. I've been a journalist and presenter on Granada Reports for 30 years, but we are living through the strangest of times at the moment, telling stories that we never thought that we'd have to tell. And we've had to get used to a whole new way of working here, with many of our journalists now working at home or filing remotely. So it has been very quiet without them and without you all. So we're really looking forward to seeing some of you when you get back and things get back to the new normal. Telling stories has never been more important, whether they're the challenging ones like the reaction to the death of George Floyd, or the toll that coronavirus is taking on so many of our lives, or then the uplifting ones like the sheer determination of Captain Tom Moore. It is journalists who are having to keep people informed and holding those in power to account. The next generation of journalists and storytellers will be so important, and that is why I am delighted to be able to announce the winners in the Broadcast Journalist of the Year award. Now, this was a hotly contested category with 24 entrants in all, so well done to all of you who entered. So let's get to the results. Our first runner-up is Alistair Hancock. This was a very moving interview and very strong. It began with exactly the right quote, referring to him being prepared to sell his home for his treatment. As a viewer, that really stops you in your tracks, and I really like the use of graphics here for the quote. And again, a very well-handled interview that could very easily be broadcast on any television programme. In fact, I should say that all three finalists produced reports that could very easily be used in programmes, so it's great to see all this talent coming through. Our second runner-up is Carrie Morris. This was a particularly poignant report. I like the use of the old photos in this and archive. There's something especially sad seeing someone at their sporting peak when you know that they're facing such a tough battle with dementia. That made it all the more powerful. The interviews here were very strong too. You could see the genuine love shine through in their daughter's words, and it was a really lovely, moving report that could easily be broadcast on tonight's programme. Well done to you, Carrie. But our winner with an absolutely outstanding entry is Lars Magnus Igland Royce. He was asking why there are no openly gay footballers at the top of the men's game. Football for All showed real creativity, great production values and originality. It was challenging, really strong interviews throughout, and thought-provoking, as all good journalism should be. I really like the idea of bringing in the women's teams as leading the way. I know I would like to work in the same newsroom as Lars, and I'm sure he has a great future ahead of him. He could walk into any very demanding TV journalism role tomorrow, and I wish him every success for the years ahead. Well done to you, Lars. Congratulations. But well done to all of you for a great year's work. I hope our paths cross at Media City very soon. And now it's all over. I hope you find a good way to celebrate. Congratulations, enjoy the moment, and the very best of luck for the exciting careers that no doubt lie ahead of you. Good night.
Welcome to my lockdown office. Glam. My name's Todd Fitzgerald. I'm a news editor at the Manchester Evening News. Thanks for asking me to be involved in the awards. Always keen to do anything for the university. Got a lot of help from all the staff there during my time there, and I definitely would not be in this job without that course. So yeah. So I thought the quality of the entries was fantastic, and it was a privilege to read and watch everything. So thank you for that. So first, before I go any further, if I mispronounce anyone's names, apologies. Right. So we've got a couple of runners up and then a winner. So first runner up is Carla Zweil. I really, really loved the feature on Franny Burrows. I thought it was really well written, thought it was powerful, thought it was incredibly touching. The fact that you're capable of that kind of writing, as well as hosting hour-long talk shows online, really, really shows the depth of your talent. So, well done, and good luck for the future, obviously. Second runner-up is Joanna Gayroud. Sorry if I've said that wrong again. I thought your piece was really, really interesting and really original. To cover a topic such as cheese making in the context of the coronavirus pandemic, I thought it was really, really imaginative. I thought it was well shot. I thought it was well put together. I loved the bit where you were talking while you were driving. I thought that was really cool. It was just a really interesting watch. I thought it was great. So well done. And again, good luck. So the winner I chose based upon what I thought was a really decent, strong local piece of journalism that I could see something like Granada Reports running right now. I thought it was up to that standard as well. So Freya Chappell, well done. I thought, like I said, I thought it was a lovely, light-hearted piece of journalism, but really solid at the same time. There's some great little touches in there with the filming and editing. It was well structured, it was well executed, and the fact that it was all put together in lockdown, there was clearly bits that you had from pre-lockdown, but you've had to finish it in lockdown. I thought was fantastic, and the bits that you'd filmed out and about against the bits that you'd filmed in people's houses and that kind of thing, it sat well perfectly together. You've clearly impressed because you've already been given freelance opportunities with massive companies, so you've got a bright future. So congratulations and good luck. So that's it. Thank you. Sorry if I've rambled on, but good luck to everyone and stay safe. Hopefully this pandemic will soon be over and we can all get back to some degree of normality. So thank you.
I'm Zara Connolly and I'm here presenting the Gary Neville Sports Journalist of the Year Award for the University of Salford Journalism Awards. Now, if you didn't know, so I work for Salford City Football Club on their media team as a content producer and presenter. So I'm just trying to help out Gary this award, and now Gary sends his absolute apologies that he can't virtually be here, but if you probably stick on Sky Sports right now, he's probably on there doing so many amazing punditry bits, so I think we can forgive him. But he's been through all the entries and he was so impressed with the entries, so well done to everyone who actually submitted some pieces. I feel like this was the strongest year yet for these entries, so well done. But let's get on to the winners. Now, the second runner-up is going to Mikey Parkinson with his interview with Ellen White. Now, Gary said that it was a solid piece of writing. He also said that it was so good to learn things about Ellen White that you wouldn't really read anywhere else. This was such an original piece. You learned about Ellen White's family and how she kind of grew up into football rather than just the on-the-pitch stuff. And also, Gary said that this was an absolute achievement to get an interview with Ellen White yourself, especially being a university student. So a huge congrats to you on that piece. It was amazing. Now, let's get on to the first runner-up. Now, the first runner-up is going to Will Dixon with his piece How Chris Ingram Ended Britain's 52-year wait for a European rally title. Now, this incredible written piece was actually in The Guardian itself. Now, Gary said it was a milestone for you to get this piece in The Guardian. The fact that it was such a solid original piece of work was actually so amazing to him. And it discusses the story of Chris losing the European Rally Championship by 0.3 seconds. And it was so good to hear about the mentality of how these athletes actually get into the sport. So well done to you, Will. It was an incredible piece. And now let's get on to our winner. Now, I hope you're at home doing your drum rolls, please. So, drum roll, please. The winner of the Gary Neville Sports Journalist of the Year Award goes to Carrie Morris with her piece, Rugby Pandemic. Now, this was an amazing documentary, and it actually even got picked up by Good Morning Britain. And the fact that these TV journalists have picked up this piece is incredible, that they've gone through your university work. So well done. He thought it was original. He loved the camera work. He loved the drones. He loved absolutely everything about it. So well done, Carrie. Well done to all of the entries that have been in the Sports Journalist of the Year Award. It was, like I said, the strongest entries that we've ever seen. So keep up the hard work that you're all doing right now. Well done, Carrie. Well done, Will. Well done, Mikey. And, well, carry on working. It may be lockdown, but keep working hard, because this is a brilliant opportunity to get your pieces out there right now. So well done.
Hello, my name is Janet Reader. I've had a journalistic career spanning over 30 years, working for a whole variety of magazines and newspapers. Started at a weekly newspaper, went to the Manchester Evening News, fashion editor, and I worked as a freelance and also as an editor for Cheshire Life and written for the whole Archant group. And I can genuinely say it's a really great career. So I'm wishing you all well. It's just a shame that I can't pick, all of you to win. But I've had to pick 3. So without any further ado, here is the third prize. The third prize goes to Will Dixon. Will's feature is the story of a British rally driver who became European champion thanks to his mother's crowdfunding efforts. And what comes across in the piece is the sheer determination of 25-year-old Chris Ingram, not only to succeed in his sport, but to raise the colossal amounts of money he needed to even take part. This is a polished piece of work and an excellent piece of sports journalism with enough human interest to give it wide appeal. So well done, Will. My second choice for the prize is James Holt. James's 2 very current news features are very well written, factual and informative, balanced in structure, and James has done his research, sourcing several people for each piece. His style is direct, newsy and confident, and his choice of subjects on the money. I thought the feature about victims of domestic violence in Preston was particularly well handled, as it must have required some sensitivity to get the women he interviewed to open up to him. So very well done to James. And now, I'd like to announce the winner. Have a little excited pause. And this piece of writing I thought was original, and it was well written again, obviously. And it goes to Maddie Bates for her piece about doxing, which is something I'd never actually heard of. It's the collecting of information on people to use against them, and it's increasingly being used against sex workers. I was immensely impressed by the fact Maddie not only meets a woman who's been a victim of the crime, but also she goes to meet a perpetrator, and I felt that was quite brave of her, especially as he's such a nice guy. It's a great piece of investigative work, and she writes it in a compassionate but objective way. She's a worthy winner, so congratulations to Maddie.
I'm Steve Panter. I was a lecturer in journalism at the university until I retired as senior lecturer around about 5 years ago. First to say many thanks to all of you who entered this particular category. Your enthusiasm for news journalism shone through, and that was very heartening to see. As a crime reporter and then later news editor, my daily ambition was a simple one, and that was to find original, compelling stories that readers couldn't find anywhere else, i.e. any other publication, newspaper, magazine, or on radio, on TV. They had to come to Manchester Evening News to find this exclusive material. Then, of course, the aim was to tell the stories effectively, sharply, with clarity and accuracy. So this particular category, as the judge, I was looking for originality, tell the reader something new, tell me something new, and, of course, effective multimedia presentation. And also engagement with the community. Because to actually go out there to interview people was heartening to see, rather than simply settling for material coming out on social media platforms or via official press releases. I've got to say this is evident throughout all the entries that people, you, the students, are willing to go out there, as journalists should do, and talk to people on the streets, in the homes, wherever it may be. So the top three, starting with the two runners-up. First, Lucy Clayton. And now Lucy tackled a very sensitive subject, suicide among young people, and particularly among young men. She interviewed the mother of one young man who had killed himself, and she did it with great sensitivity and skill. It was a very touching interview and part of a highly informative and compelling investigation. Equally compelling and emotive was the entry of Joe Lindell, my other runner-up. Joe travelled to Austria to retrace the steps of his grandfather, who fled the Nazis during the Second World War as an 8-year-old boy, never to see his mum and dad ever again. Joe's granddad died last December, aged 88, but did live to see Joe reenact the escape of 80 years before. The winner is Maddie Bateson, who showcases her slick multimedia skills on her own webpage. Maddie investigated online pornography and its effect on vulnerable children and adults. She talked to sex workers on film, interviewed campaigners, and also a guy who blackmails sex workers for money. It was really compelling, original journalism, and I read every word of it. It was superb. So brilliant stuff from Maddie, and also Lucy and Joe, and thanks again to everyone who entered, and good luck in your future careers.
Everyone, it's lovely to see you again. An awards evening, even a virtual one, would not be complete without some official thank yous. So thanks to all of you who entered and all of you who are with us tonight. Thanks in particular to Laura and the engagement team, plus their technical support. Without them, we couldn't have saved this year's Journalism Awards. Thanks also to our judges who persevered and who were so appreciative of your efforts. And thanks to our founding sponsors, the Lady Monica Cofield Memorial Trust, which supports the programme in many ways, as well as funding our awards. The Trust contributes in particular to our final award this evening, the Eddie Lowry Award for an Outstanding Student. The recipient is nominated by staff who consider a wide range of contributions to our journalism community and to the industry, as well as to formal modules. We also look not only at existing achievement, but for a student with potential to make their mark in the industry, a real rising star. Academic staff are frequently urged to use the full range of marks, but wary of doing so, particularly at the top end. No student has eased us over that psychological 90 barrier more consistently than this year's recipient of the Eddie Lowry Award, Laura Joffre. Hardened hacks and seasoned academics have steeled themselves to hand out record high marks for her work, which in several modules has been in a class of its own. Quotes like superb, wow, that's the highest mark I've ever given, and if I teach a stronger student than Laura in my whole career, I'll be surprised, explain why she is this year's winner of the prestigious Programme Award. We collectively ran out of superlatives. But that is far from the only reason to recognise her contribution to journalism at Salford. Laura is making her mark in the industry too. She has won a coveted internship with international agency Bloomberg, she has paid radio shifts with BBC World, and she has had work published in The Observer, among other accolades. And there is more. Laura is always a joy to work with. Her curiosity about the world and determination to learn mean her ego never gets in the way. She is modest but assertive and highly effective. She does not fit any stereotype of academic, journalist or ballerina. Yes, she had a whole career as an international performer before joining us in Salford. So I'm delighted to make the Eddie Lowry Award to Laura Joffre. has been a year of firsts, and I mean that literally for some of you who will be celebrating first-class degrees. Others of you may be disappointed, even with a high 2-1. But when you reflect, and don't panic, I'm not talking about Gibbs, you have all achieved amazing things and a lot of your own firsts. Mine may just be about putting on makeup and a smart top for the first time during lockdown. Yours are many and varied. Some are obvious, others much more personal. We've all been forced to try new ways of working and done things we didn't know we were capable of. We even got some broadcasters to create content online, and that is a first. The creativity, ingenuity and sheer guts you've demonstrated during lockdown, in particular, has been really, really impressive. These are crucial attributes which will serve you well, and not just during a pandemic. Hang on to that newfound faith in yourselves and don't ever let fear of failure stand in your way. You have been an amazing bunch to work with through thick and thin. We are proud of what every one of you has achieved in these extraordinary circumstances. Some of you are already on your way to great things, but many more of you will be following as we move into the new normal. When you do, we'll be claiming a little or even a lot of the credit for your success. Wherever you go and whatever you do, we will continue to have your back and hope to boast down the line that you are definitely one of ours, a Salford journo. Thank you, good night, and all the very best for your future. Keep in touch. Bye.